Welcome to a discussion on the fourth dimension of Vivian Robinson's student-centered leadership, leading teacher learning and development. The key here is the integration of doing the work while learning about how to improve the work. The first section of this dimension focuses on the effective leadership of teacher learning on student outcomes. This is leading teacher learning for the purpose of improvement. By promoting and participating in the professional development of teachers, principals model the importance of being the leader and a learner. Also, in this practice, we learn about the optimal conditions for teacher efficacy. This can happen in a variety of contexts. Participation in promoting professional development can happen within meetings that are embedded with PD, during informal chats in the hallway, in our office, or the staff room regarding specific problems related to the teaching in our schools. The second part of this dimension is teacher learning as a collective endeavor. This collaboration involves the sharing in the collective responsibility and helping each other to reach common goals. This process also builds coherence in the instructional program. Through PLCs, a collective responsibility for the learning of students is established. As pointed out by Vivian Robinson, in a well-functioning PLC, teachers feel some obligation to help colleagues overcome their teaching problems or roadblocks to student achievement. Going back to teacher efficacy from the previous section of the effective leadership on teacher learning and student outcomes, effective help from colleagues also improves the confidence of teachers. This dimension is about knowledgeable leadership of teacher learning. Measuring if the effectiveness of leadership on teacher learning is done through the impact of this professional learning that it has on students. There could be gaps in the feedback that teachers provide regarding professional development, while, in fact, there is little change in the fruits of their practice. Evidence indicates that good professional development includes, or serves identified student and teacher learning needs, focuses on the relationship between teaching and student learning, provides worthwhile content, integrates theory and practice, uses external expertise, and provides multiple opportunities to learn. We need to focus on an understanding of the needs of our students and understand what teachers require to meet the needs of our students. Effective leadership helps teachers to connect an analysis of their own teaching to the impact that it has had on students. The content of professional development needs to be structured and based upon evidence that it will likely be a worthwhile venture, especially if funds are being allocated toward it. Let's now talk about the skills for effective professional learning. One essential skill for effective professional learning is knowing how to manage resistance to change. Resistance implies that the leader is correct, while the resistor's belief is wrong or is the person not getting on board. Robinson suggests a shift in mindset that moves away from the language of resistance to that of a theoretical difference between the leader and the teacher. We need to know the teacher's theory of action. When theories of action are at odds with each other, let us consider bypass and engagement as approaches to the leadership of change. When a leader bypasses a teacher's theory of action, there is no agreed evaluation of the theory of action, and the teacher may either comply or be reluctant to do so, and may not adapt the change that we want to see. When a theory of action is engaged, both parties agree on a critical evaluation and a joint decision is made. Briefly, strategies for an effective engagement strategy are: state what your alternative practice is and why you think it is preferable. Listen to the reaction. If the reaction is disagreement, inquire into the reasons for the disagreement. Summarize your idea of the person's theory of action. Keep listening until the other person has told you that you have understood. Ensure you both agree on the difference in the theory and the current practice in your proposed alternative. Collaborate to test the implications and the importance of the difference, and keep testing and checking until you agree that change is not required or a new theory of action is worth trying. And those outline the bypass and the engagement strategies for coming to an agreement on a proposed theory of action.
There, I paused it.
Okay, great, thanks.
3.
Okay, so Ann, if anybody from the board office calls, just let them know that I'm in an IPRC or that I'm visiting classrooms or something. Now their calls can bypass this, you know? Learning about teachers' perspective regarding change, rather than dismissing their theory, will strengthen the relationship and lead to a more collaborative culture in your school. As mentioned, integrating theory and practice is essential. The theory needs to have real-life implications for the improvement of student learning. Everyone brings a unique set of skills to the table, and therefore, it may be prudent to engage a leader from outside the group to provide professional development, and we must allow professional development some time for it to breathe. It may take a while and repeated practice for the learning to fully integrate into teacher practice and have a positive impact on student achievement.
Try to think what's over me.